welcome back for another edition of Tasting Notes.
You'll notice I've gone barefoot. I've gone.
You've slowly descended into. Right, we were kind of watching some of going through our videos, and we were saying, okay, like Roland. We started off filming these. Roland.
I was
had
like
an office job,
clean shaven,
suit, right, and now he's.
Now I'm a writer. I'm legitimately a writer.
Like right, starving artist, and well, anyway, we have another beer that I'm very excited for. Combines two of my favorite things. Combines stout and coffee, and it's Troegs. So it's
from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Hershey,
founded in 1996. We've had during February.
Yep.
We had Troegs Perpetual IPA, which I think you liked.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So you're always a big fan of stouts. I'm not such a big fan of stout, although you've brought over a couple of stouts recently. It's just been terrific. I mean, the chocolate mint one was out of this world.
I feel like as a fan of stouts, I'm more a fan of the stouts that they do with like other flavors. Like I don't just like straight stout flavor. You know what I mean? Like whenever it's like a chocolate or a coffee or like this one was brewed, in whiskey barrels. I really like those kind of stouts. But this is very dark, like as per our last.
Now I think this says IBU. I'm not even sure what IBU is, but a rating of 60, which is really interesting. So we had some the pastrami Pilsner, which had 18 because the Pilsner is like, I think IBU is like flavor profile. So this is very flavorful. I mean, look at it. It smells really dark.
It smells a little bit like coffee.
I'd say it smells a lot like coffee. The way it clings the glass.
Mm-hmm. That's good. This tastes very familiar. Did we do this?
We didn't do this beer.
But it tastes like another... I feel like there was another coffee beer we had.
I think we've done a number of coffee beers. But
we've done a number of coffee beers, but I think that we did another coffee beer that I was like, this tastes like chocolate, which is exactly how I feel this one is.
Yeah. I mean, this is really good. This is excellent.
It is. It's not... It's thick. Like the mint one we had, which was the last stout we did, was not as thick. This is a very thick stout. Yeah. Very dark. Clings to the glass nice. But it's a good flavor, and it's a good like. I couldn't drink a ton of this because it's so thick, but I like it. I do enjoy this as like a,
I mean,
yeah, I don't know at what occasion you would drink this because it's not really a dessert stout. Like I feel like a lot of the stouts we've had would be like, oh, this would be good with some cake, but this is not. This doesn't really fall into that category.
No, and it's interesting because I mean the reason I like pilsners and shitty European lagers is because I like to find a beer that I can literally drink 3 liters of. Which is why I've always struggled my way. This, I think you drink a pint of this and be like, I'm done.
It's 7.5%,
which isn't crazy compared to some of the stouts we've had.
The last one we had was 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like ridiculously high in alcohol. It's not. I mean, I don't know. It's good. I like it. I do. Yeah. It's not the best. I think this is the opposite of the one we did last week, where it was the Hefeweizen. Yeah, where like I didn't like the Hefeweizen as a beer in general, but on the scale of Hefeweizens, I thought it was high. Whereas this one, I like it as a beer in general. I would probably give it like a high 3, 4. Let's say 4, just for the sake of not going like 3.8 or so. We'll say 4. 4 on the scale from just general beer. But I would say in terms of stouts, probably subpar. In terms of what I look for in a stout.
That's interesting. I would actually say the opposite. I would say out of all the stouts we've had, I've enjoyed this one more because it's not overwhelming in flavour, but also it does have that thickness.
Right.
So in terms of the stouts we have, I put it at a 4 out of 5. And the 5 out of 5 I would say for the chocolate mint that we had.
Yeah, that was 100. That was a 5 out of 5 on every scale.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That was,
I think we've had a variety of beers, and I think that judging beer is like, it's like the American Kennel Club, because there's many different dogs, and you're like, how do I judge a golden retriever compared to a beagle? You know,
you literally picked the two dumbest dogs.
Okay, fine. German Shepherd and a poodle. I'm just trying to like come up with like very different dogs.
The poodle's basically a cat.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'm just saying, like, beer is like dogs. Like, there are good qualities to every kind of, like, you have a Beagle and I have a Shepherd and Hound mix, and like, I mean, I don't think you like your dog that much, but
I was gonna say no, my dog was.
That's a bad example, but I really like.
There are people who like Dachshunds and there are people who are wrong. So there we go.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like you just gotta kind of figure out what your own personal taste is. I like stouts. I didn't particularly like this stout, but I did like this as a beer.
I will have to admit that you've got me far more into stouts. I was never quite into stouts, and it's funny. I mean, like we drink whiskey, and it's like I always preferred bourbon, which is funny. I'm freaking Scottish, but and then
I've always preferred Scotch,
and you've got me much more into Scotch.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you're European and have far more years of drinking on me. But I think I've influenced your taste on drinking more than you've influenced mine.
Absolutely, but then again, I was spending years and years drinking shitty European bucket.
That's true too.
Like also almost masochistically cheap French.
Right. So, anyway, I thought it was good. I would recommend it, and I'm not just saying that because we want to do a brewery tour with Troegs. I genuinely enjoy the beer.
I think it was really good. I give it solid 4 out of 5, and the only thing is, like, 5 you have to reserve for beer that is perfect, like that chocolate mint with deer.
Yeah.
Which brewery is that from?
That was Southern Tip, Southern
Tier. That's
Southern
it.
Tier. I was like Southern Pier, Southern Tip, Southern Tier. Okay, yes.
Yeah, and that was just like perfection. This has been one of the better stouts. I personally think. You disagree, but that's fine. But
okay.
Yeah. So,
that's why there's 2 of us and not just one of us.
Yes.
There you get 2 opinions, yeah.
Also, our livers will last longer.
Right.
Right.
So, on that note, we'll see you next week. Smash the like button. Don't forget to hit the...
No. You smash the... Oh, no, you do smash the like button.
Smash the like button.
Hit the subscribe button.
And
there's some bell
don't
somewhere.
forget to get the bell so you know when we post a new video.
Yes. There we go.
I'm learning.
Ciao.